Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Shloka Day. Today's Shloka is Shloka number 31 of chapter 1. Nacha Shreyo Nupashyami
Nacha Shreyo Nupashyami
Hatva Swajanamahave
Hatva Sojanam Ahave
Nakankshe Vijayam Krishna
Nakangshe Vijayam Krishna
Nacharajyam Sukhani Cha.
Nacharajyam Sukhani Cha.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Na,
Na
nor,
Nor
cha,
Cha
also, shreyaha,
Shreyaha
good,
Good
anupashyami,
Anupashyami
do I foresee,
Do I foresee
hatva,
Hatva
by killing,
by killing
swajanam,
Sojanam
own kinsman,
on kinsman
ahave,
Ahave
in the fight,
in the fight
na,
Na
nor,
Nor
kankshe,
Kankshe
do I desire,
Do I desire
vijayam,
Vijayam
victory,
Victory
Krishna,
Krishna
O Krishna,
O Krishna
na,
Na
nor,
Nor
cha,
Cha
also,
Also
rajyam,
Rajyam
kingdom,
Kingdom
sukhani,
Sukhani
happiness thereof,
Happiness thereof
cha,
Cha
also.
Also
Translation: I do not see
I do not see
how any good can come
how any good can come
from killing my own kinsman in this battle,
from killing my own kinsman in this battle,
nor can I, my dear Krishna,
nor can I, my dear Krishna,
desire any subsequent victory,
desire any subsequent victory,
kingdom, or happiness.
kingdom, or happiness.
Prabhupada writes in the purport, without knowing that one's self-interest is in Vishnu or Krishna, conditioned souls are attracted by bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such situations. In such a blind conception of life, they forget even the causes of material happiness. Arjuna appears to have even forgotten the moral codes for a Kshatriya. It is said that two kinds of men, namely the Kshatriya who dies directly in front of the battlefield under Krishna's personal orders, and the person in the renounced order of life who is absolutely devoted to spiritual culture, are eligible to enter into the sun globe, which is so powerful and dazzling. So Prabhupada is explaining that if you're a Kshatriya or if you're a sannyasi practicing devotion service, so if you are a Kshatriya and you are fighting on behalf of Krishna as per his orders, and if you are a sannyasi, you have renounced everything and you're practicing some transcendental science, both are eligible to enter the sun globe. The sun globe is actually very powerful. It's not a lowly planet. So Arjuna is reluctant even to kill his enemies, let alone his relatives. He thinks that by killing his kinsmen, there would be no happiness in his life, and therefore he's not willing to fight. Just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. So if you're not hungry, you're not going to cook for yourself. Similarly, he doesn't want to fight because he's not going to be happy by fighting. He has now decided to go into the forest and live a secluded life in frustration. But as a Kshatriya, he requires a kingdom for his subsistence, because the Kshatriyas cannot engage themselves in any other occupation. When you are conditioned to doing just one thing, which is providing governance, then it's going to be hard for you to take up some other job. So once a Kshatriya, always a Kshatriya. But Arjuna has no kingdom. Arjuna's sole opportunity for gaining a kingdom lies in fighting with his cousins and brothers and reclaiming the kingdom inherited from his father, which he does not like to do. Therefore, he considers himself fit to go to the forest to live a secluded life of frustration. Why would anybody get frustrated if you have to go live in the forest? You have nothing to do. As a Kshatriya, you live to fight wars, to establish dharma, to take care of the citizens. What is a Kshatriya going to do in the forest? He's going to get frustrated. So His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu writes, Arjuna in this verse continues describing his situation. He says, Nacha Shreyo na Pashyami. The word Pashyami is repeated here. Similar to the previous verse, this term is used more in a metaphysical or interpretational sense than in the literal visual sense. When someone makes a point and we respond with I see. So when you say I see, it doesn't mean you actually see. It just means that you are acknowledging and agreeing with them. So I see, it conveys our understanding of their statement. Similarly, if we can ask, can you see what I am saying? It means we are checking whether the other person comprehends our perspective. In the same way, Arjuna uses the word pashyami here to indicate intellectual or interpretational insight. He explains that he cannot perceive any shreya, any long-term good or benefit. Hatva svajanamahavi. In killing his own people on the battlefield, therefore he says, Nakankshe vijayam Krishna. I do not desire victory, Krishna. Nacha rajyam sukhani cha. Nor do I desire the happiness that comes from possessing a kingdom. For Arjuna, two kinds of happiness await if they emerge victorious in battle. The first is the elation of the victory. Of course, anytime you do some battle and you end up being successful in winning, definitely there is a feeling of great joy. This joy can be compared to the thrill experienced in sports, for instance, in a closely contested cricket match. When the batsman hits the winning shot, the entire team bursts out of the pavilion to embrace him and celebrate. The exhilaration of triumph is a profound joy. And many people play or watch sports simply to experience that sense of elation. Actually, that's your addiction, When they say, you get addicted to sports, you are actually addicted to the outcome. If your party wins or your sportsman that you're supporting wins, then you experience that sense of elation. So you're looking to watch one more match because you want to experience that feeling of profound joy. Sometimes the match itself may not hold much significance. It could be an inconsequential game, like a dead rubber, where the series outcome has already been decided with one match still remaining. Yet even in such cases, the thrill of victory remains, right? No matter what happens, if your side wins, you experience that rush of emotions. In contrast, imagine a World Cup final. For the winning team, there is not only the elation of victory, but also the immense satisfaction of possessing the World Cup, the most prestigious award in the cricketing world. One feeling of joy comes from winning. The other comes from holding up that trophy that you won. Similarly, if Arjuna fights this war, he will gain not only the elation of victory over a formidable opponent, but also possession of the entire kingdom. So it's like the kingdom was the trophy here. However, Arjuna argues that it is not worth it. Now that's very strange because every Kshatriya lives to fight. Ordinarily, a Kshatriya lives for such moments. For them, battle is like a sport, a test of skill, where they strive to excel. Winning the battle is not just a matter of personal achievement, but also a means to uphold dharma. Dharmic rulers in particular see victory as an opportunity to expand the rule of dharma. So if you are a peace-loving king or you're a pious person, you believe in dharma, then if you are victorious over adharma, then certainly you are going to see that as your victory. Therefore, the desire to win a battle and gain possession of a kingdom is typically regarded as both noble and worthwhile. It's not just accumulating one more kingdom and another kingdom and another kingdom. In fact, many Kshatriyas dedicate their lives to such pursuits. Yet Arjuna is questioning what good can come from this. He uses the word Shreyaha, which refers to long-term good. In Vedic philosophy, there are actually three words: Preyaha, Shreyaha, and Nishreyaha. So in Vedic philosophy, Shreyaha is often contrasted with Preyaha. While Preyaha represents short-term gratification, Shreyaha signifies enduring welfare. And Nishreyaha means you are only focused on the spiritual benefits. Here Arjuna is clearly focused on the long term. He acknowledges that he does not see value in the thrill of victory or the joy of possessing the kingdom. Instead, he reflects on what comes after. Okay, so after I am victorious and after I kill everybody, what's going to happen after that? How much karma have I undertaken through all of these efforts? So life is not just about acquiring a trophy. It is about living with the people who matter. If those he loves and those who love him are no longer by his side, then would the trophy truly be worth possessing? So if the people for whom you are actually doing all of this fighting business, if they themselves are not there, would you value the trophy? That's the question. Suppose a team wins the World Cup, but the cost of that victory is the destruction of the entire world. Obviously, that will not happen, but just it's a hypothetical. This may be an extreme example, but it illustrates the point. The team might win and possess the World Cup, yet none of their family members, relatives, well-wishers, or fans would remain to share in their triumph. In such a scenario, would there be any real joy in that victory? It would be an empty, hollow achievement. So why do you work so hard to win or to conquer? It's because you want to enjoy it with those you love. So this is roughly equivalent to the point Arjuna is making. He's thinking beyond the immediate thrill of winning and the satisfaction of possessing something. Instead, he's contemplating the prospect of living afterward. He reflects on the consequences of Hatva Swajana Mahave, killing his own relatives in the battle. The term Swajana emphasizes that these are his people, those he considers his own. Arjuna questions, by killing my own people, what gain will I achieve from this? At Arjuna's level of thinking, this question is both profound and entirely valid. Of course, the Bhagavad Gita will reveal a higher way of thinking, where a different kind of reasoning prevails. While Arjuna's reasoning appears very rational at his current level of understanding, it ultimately proves to be limited. That means even though to us it seems like Arjuna is thinking far ahead, but he's not thinking far ahead enough. The key point here is that Arjuna says he is thinking long term. However, the problem lies in the fact that his concept of the long term is not truly long enough. Arjuna's concept of the long term is limited to considerations of the body. So right now, whatever Arjuna is saying is just based on bodily concept. These are my relatives. How will I feel? What will I do without them? He's not reflecting on his identity as a soul, his eternal destiny, or the destiny of those who have chosen to fight on the side of adharma. While Arjuna uses the word Shreyaha, his understanding of it, though broader than the Preyaha of winning and possessing the kingdom, is still incomplete. In reality, there are short-term, medium-term, and truly long-term perspectives. What Arjuna refers to as Shreyaha aligns more with the medium-term version. The truly long-term vision operates at the level of the soul. So that is really long-term because it's eternal. At this point, Arjuna is still reasoning at the bodily level. He is rejecting mere possessions, wanting instead to focus on his relationships. This is a conflict many people face nowadays, whether to dedicate more time to their job or to their family. This is the fundamental challenge many working people face. On the one hand, you're glad that you have a job because you've spent so much money, your parents have spent a lot of money educating you, so you should have a gainful employment. On the other hand, being employed also means less time for your family. So those who choose to prioritize their careers often find in the long run that they end up with broken homes where family members are dissatisfied and then drift apart. As a result, many spiritual, religious, or moral teachers emphasize the importance of maintaining a balance between work and family. This is the risk many of us take. By sacrificing your career, you are building some wonderful relationships at home. By pursuing your career, you may, I don't think this holds true in all cases, you may be sacrificing a cohesive family unit. So therefore, everybody tells you that for everything that we do in life, there has to be a balance. Everything has to be balanced, because the minute things go out of balance, then you are inviting stress and anxiety into your life. We cannot simply work all the time and neglect our family. That much is definitely true. However, the Bhagavad Gita addresses something even greater. While those who speak of balancing work and family are well-intentioned, human needs extend beyond these two spheres. That means we need to broaden our vision. It's not just about work or career. It's not just about family. It's about your spiritual identity. Therefore, Arjuna is supposed to look beyond his duties as a Kshatriya, beyond the fact that, yes, there are family members in the battlefield that he may have to kill. And he has to look at, okay, what is right on the spiritual level? So beyond work and family, we also have our profession, our relationships, and ultimately our devotion to God. We are not defined by the job we do or the family we belong to. Ultimately, we are defined as souls. And as souls, we have an eternal relationship with Krishna. The purpose, privilege, and prerogative of human life is to cultivate and deepen that relationship with Him. By developing this relationship, we can attain Him, particularly by cultivating pure love for Him. The key is to recognize the eternality of the soul's relationship with Krishna and the temporality of everything else. Your work is temporary, your career is temporary, your family is temporary. The only thing that is eternal is your relationship with Krishna. Arjuna is reasoning at the level of the body, considering a longer term view than immediate economic gains. This type of thinking is good. It is Shreya, but his Shreya is still of a medium term nature. Krishna will eventually guide him toward the Shreya of the truly long term, one that pertains to the soul. It is at this level that Krishna will instruct Arjuna to fulfill his Kshatriya duty of fighting, a topic that we will explore in our future sessions. So Arjuna is giving many reasons to Krishna as to why he really thinks he should not fight. He is hoping that Krishna will agree with him. So Arjuna certainly doesn't want to kill his own family members in this battle. And he's also expressing his innermost feelings. So this is when you have a really good, healthy relationship, when you are able to express yourself freely, knowing that you are not going to be belittled because you expressed your feelings. So here, Arjuna is feeling free because he has an intimate relationship with Krishna. He is telling him, look, these are the things that I'm going through. This is what is happening in my mind. This is what is happening to my body. So I don't want any victory, kingdom, or happiness. So Arjuna is expressing himself and outlining as many reasons as he can think of as why he should not fight.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.